Hi, I'm author Tom Avitabile. Recently, I appeared on Streetwise with highly decorated retired NYPD detective Lou Tolano to discuss the setting of my new thriller, Ask Not, and some of the still nagging questions surrounding the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963. Why are we still talking about this 60 years later? As you know, in November will be the 60th anniversary, and it's not case closed. I do have an opinion about this. I attended on the 50th anniversary of JFK, the New York Times had a symposium. It was wonderful. They had all of the news people, the reporters, who were in Dallas that day, giving their personal remembrances of that day. One of the gentlemen on there was a guy named Tom Wicker, a great reporter and a standard bearer of the New York Times. And he also did a lot of TV hits. So I knew Tom Wicker on site. And he tells this incredible story, and it's wonderful. He waxes elegantly about this. He says, the thing that he remembered the most about being outside Parkland Hospital while the president was being worked on in the emergency room, the Secret Service were washing down the limousine, and they were taking the blood out of the back seat. And he watched the Secret Service agent with the sponge. And when the Secret Service agent dumped it in this aluminum bucket and he squoze it out, the water became the most intense hue of crimson. And he's never forgotten that color of crimson. Now that's interesting. It's a little side beat, the kind of thing reporters go after, you know. Well, I had a question, and I got to the mic. And I said, excuse me, has anybody on that stage ever worked a crime scene? Mr. Wicker just reported evidence of the destruction of evidence on a crime scene. Which, as you know, because you're a decorated detective, blood splatter. What's the key thing about blood splatter? It shows you the direction of the shot. So the president hasn't been declared dead yet, and they're washing down the back seat of the limousine and making that beautiful crimson water in the bucket. Well, halfway through my question, they shut my mic off. But here's the thing. What is the key assertion? What is the big thing that has endured for 60 years? Well, if you're into the Kennedy assassination, there is the grassy knoll people, who are good people, who aren't lunatics, who believe that the bullet came from the grassy knoll. And there is ample testimony from eyewitnesses that were never called by the Warren Commission who attest to this. And they all maintain to a person that they saw the smoke from the grassy knoll, the rifle smoke. They heard the shots, they heard the reports. So what happens here is that the whole controversy that we're living with today is based on the fact that no one knows where the bullet came from. Did it come from the front, the grassy knoll? Did it come from the back, the Texas School Book Depository? The absolute 100% way to know would be the blood splatter, which, as previously mentioned, was conveniently washed away. Shoddy police work and shoddy journalism. Those reporters should have said, hey, stop what you're doing. You are destroying crime scene evidence. The Fourth Estate, the thing that protects our democracy, failed on that day, okay? The cops failed on that day. In Ask Not, Hank Larson has to confront these issues surrounding the Kennedy assassination as he is on the trail of his brother's killer. While doing so, he and the woman who volunteers to help him unwittingly become the target of the powerful men who want to keep the true story of JFK's murder a secret.